Cardiovascular disease is the #1 leading cause of death for women. So think about that. During the month of February, American Heart Month, CBS 8 partnering with the American Heart Association's Go Red campaign. I'm joined now by Dr. Roya Modir to explain why this is so important for us to be aware of our heart health. Doctor, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's really
the #1 killer of women. Tell us why this is happening. What's going on?
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I can't talk about anything more important than this. I think the biggest reason it's happening is because there's lack of awareness. People just don't know that they carry risks that will put them at risk for death from heart attack and stroke. And it really is something that if you're empowered, you can make changes in your life that will decrease that risk over time.
So tell us, what can people do who are watching right now to take care of their hearts?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is, again, awareness, knowing your numbers.
Okay.
Do you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes? Are you overweight? Are any of these things that are, very common in our population, something that you're walking around with? I think 50% of people are walking around, they don't even know that they have that. And so if you can just figure out what your risks are, you can talk to your doctor, get treated, and decrease the risk of having an ultimately devastating event like a heart attack or a stroke.
When it comes to knowing your numbers, how easy is it now to know our numbers? I mean, these are accessible things, right?
Very easy. So outside of talking with your primary care doctor, if that's something that's hard for you, there's an initiative by the American Heart Association where you can go to many libraries in San Diego City and rent a blood pressure kit. It is free. You can take it home. It has education in English and in Spanish, and it can teach you, do you have high blood pressure? You can then take those numbers to your primary care doctor and say, look what my numbers have been over this week. They might say, oh my gosh, you do have high blood pressure. Let's start you on some medication. That will drastically decrease the risk of having a heart attack and stroke in the future.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be able to go to the library, you're going to go check out a book, learn about all kinds of things, and your health, the most important, right?
Definitely.
What do you see happening with women especially? Why does this lead to death? I mean, what's going on with, the amount of care maybe women are getting?
Sure. So I think a few things. It's women are underrepresented clinically and from a research standpoint. Only 30% of research trial patients for cardiovascular disease are women, so it's not studied as much. Again, education around it is not as geared towards women, and they're much less likely also to be recipients of bystander CPR.
Oh.
So men are more likely than women to receive CPR in the field if that happens. And so one of the other things you can do is educate yourself. How do I do bystander CPR? Go to the American Heart Association website, learn about how to do it, and you might be able to save a woman's life.
Okay.
We also have a lot of other things that put us at risk. Hormones, moms. The #1 killer of moms is actually cardiovascular disease. Very high mortality for them. And so we have unique risks, but a lot of those things are within our control. And we can also, as partners, save a woman's life if you just learn how to do bystander CPR. It may sound intimidating, but it's actually quite easy if you just go look at the website.
And taking the time to make those appointments that you need to make, actually going for yourself instead of taking care of everyone in the family. I know that becomes the priorities.
Right.
Yeah.
For moms, we're always putting everybody else before us, but you can't take care of them if you're not around to take care, and taking care of yourself. That's such a good point.
Message. Yeah. I know this is the month where we want to make sure everyone obviously wears red this Friday, correct?
Yes.
So all of us wear red on Friday just to get the awareness out there. And then there's a big luncheon that's coming up, a huge fundraiser. Tell us about that.
Right. So Friday, wear red, but on February 27th, there's also going to be the American Heart Association luncheon, which we're also going to have speakers, survivors, and a fashion show. And all of it is geared at raising awareness for women's health and cardiovascular disease. And the last thing I really want to point out is that, even if you do all of the things to decrease your risk, you might still have an event. If you have chest pain, serious pain that's radiating to your jaw or your arm, that could be a heart attack. You call 911. You don't drive into the emergency room. The county has systems in place where you can bypass things and be the first person treated. The same thing goes for stroke. If you have sudden onset neurologic symptoms like changing your balance, your vision, your speech, one side of your body becomes paralyzed or numb. The county has systems in place. You call 911, you will bypass everybody else in the ER, so you're the first person evaluated. And we have medications that can reverse stroke now if you get there fast enough. But if you wait, we can't give them to you.
Don't put it off.
Don't put it off.
Oh, I got to do this first.
Right.
Got to get to work and then figure out.
Exactly.
No, get it in there. Get in the hospital when you can. And call 911 immediately. Thank you very much, Doctor, for that and joining us today.
Thank you so much. Wear red on Friday.
Okay.